It's a new year, 2025 anime podcast. Got the moving bar 2010. Yes, we've been doing this podcast so long, we've reached 2010 is now retro. Tori, how does that make you feel?
Old. Finally. I finally feel old. God damn.
The day has come. Because you got into anime in what, 2013, 2014?
Yeah, right around there. I started, it's kind of wonky to remember exactly because I've watched a lot of these shows. A lot of these shows were my first ever shows to watch, but I'm pretty sure it was like tail end of 2012, start of 2013 that I got into anime. Because I know when I started watching seasonal anime in 2014, which was like the current season that like summer, I think. Spring, summer 2014 was when I got into like seasonal anime. So that should have been about a year after I started watching, roughly.
Clock's ticking.
Dude, I'm literally just sitting here looking at this and going, I can feel the cold embrace of death. I can see the grave opening in front of me. The gray hairs are sprouting, man. The back pain is setting in.
I think last year was tough for me. It's like, oh, we can review Monogatari. It's like, I remember when I was getting into seasonal animation and Monogatari was it was in the second half of Monogatari. It's like, oh no. 2009 was 15 years ago. Oh.
God. Well, luckily, I've been watching anime so long, it was retro from the start. I never had to worry about what you guys are going through. I was already there.
I was born old.
I was born in the grave. Today we're doing Summer Wars. And who knows, maybe the next episode after this podcast will be in the summer.
Maybe.
We'll get back eventually, I'm sure. But I think this will be our last episode for quite some time. We'll play it by ear. Need a break. It's been fucking 8 years of this thing. 7 years? 7?
Yeah, like 7.5 years. We started I think it was like June 2017.
Let's see. Our first episode was June 2017.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's been 7.5 years. That's a long time.
It's a long time to continuously going. At the very least, every couple weeks. So what is my cat doing? He is tearing up paper and cardboard behind me. Jesus.
Some things never change.
Well, I didn't have a cat when the podcast started, but yeah, the cat has been a...
You did not, but somewhere along the line you got a cat, and I swear since that, every time we start recording, we start going, and eventually you go, what's the cat doing? Every time.
The cat's been a lot of trouble for a long time. He hasn't changed. We haven't changed that much, I suppose. I guess I've gone backward in my taste.
True.
That's certainly happened.
You're watching more animation now than you were before.
Yeah, I was really into seasonal, I guess, slightly before the podcast started, and I quickly stopped that. Now I'm back into it again. Because I went through a big phase where it was like, maybe I'd watch one or two, like, every month. And now I got time. So, despite bowling 3, 4, 5 days a week during the winter, golfing that much in the summer.
All right.
Yeah.
That just means you have time.
It just means I have time. Just means I have time again, yeah. Well, I've settled down. I got a house, stable job finally. Things are moving up. Working on weekends isn't fun, but got to do it for now. We all got a lot of stuff going on.
I feel you.
Just one more promotion, JJ, and you can start.
Let's see if I get enough.
Just one more promotion, he'll regularly get to work weekends.
No, I mean, there'd be a lot more travel. One more promotion, I'd be traveling a lot again.
Oh, that's nice.
Mostly to Poland and China would be the two places.
I mean, Poland's nice. China's
think a
Enriching
guy of
culture,
German
right?
descent needs to be going to Poland frequently? I don't know.
Hey, man. Just say you're there on business.
Well, yeah.
I've
Wait,
got
wouldn't you
important business
be-
to attend to here.
I think the type of business
I have
you're
some scores to settle.
I think the type of business you're conducting is very favorable to the Poles right now, so I think they wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Okay. So, Winter 2010 is now eligible to be reviewed. What stands out to you, Tori, from 15 years ago from this season?
I mean, there's only really one answer to that question, and that is Bakato Test. That is,
Bakato test.
it still to this day stands as one of my favorite comedies. One of my favorite comedy anime. It is so stupid. It is beyond stupid. I love it. I love it so much.
Is it like
God, I wanna
Assassination
rewatch it.
Classroom, or is it like Classroom of the Elite? Like, what are we talking here for funny?
It's it's Classroom of the Elite, but retarded.
Yep.
Built
So,
Wrongly.
Classroom of the Stupid?
Built incorrect.
built
Classroom of the
in
Stupid,
an
yes.
unorthodox way.
Okay.
Hmm.
You know what? For the sake
yeah.
of Tori, that's going on the list. Bakato Test.
Essentially,
I mean-
you do an exam. Depending on your grade, you go to a classroom, and you are assigned a little digital mascot. And the digital mascot life is the amount of points you accumulate through tests. So the F class, which is our protagonists, since they are retarded, they're kind of weak. So if they want to
Kinda.
win contests against other classes, they need to study to get better scores on the tests, so the little mascots, can survive more time. And if they win against another class, it doesn't matter if they are completely retarded. I think they stay on F class, but they can take the facilities of the other class. So they have like this rundown, shitty hole they call a classroom, while the A class has a 5-star hotel as a classroom. So if they defeat the A class, they'll still be the F class because they are retarded. They cannot become A class, but they'll get the facilities. They'll switch places. It's so dumb.
Hmm.
It's very 2010s. Now that I said that, it's like,
Oh,
man, this show
dude. It-
lived and died in the 2010s and will never come back.
Dude, this show has so many dated like jokes and memes and whatnot, but it's like,
Yeah,
like,
but
this
it's
show almost
even
gave-
dated to 2010, so it's like...
but like not even that. Like this show gave birth to like a lot of like the fucking jokes that are still going around in the anime community today. Like there's so many like things that was just came like or was like hammered into culture in Bakato Test, and it's just like it's never letting go. But that's why it's like a lot of it is probably going to feel like really dated and be like trap character, lol. We've seen that a million times, but it's like, man, this show kind of just for a lot of people, this show just cemented that idea. It's like, he's funny.
It defined the stupid.
It defined the stupid.
So what you're
Really
saying
did.
is this is right up my alley with my current trash taste.
It
How are
probably
you
is.
gonna enjoy it? I don't think it's trash, honestly.
I don't
not
think it's
trash?
trash either. I think it's really good. But like, man,
I think it's
Because this
good.
is
still-
this show
it's
isn't even
still
on my plan to
satisfied
watch
that-
list. I've never seen it.
it still satisfies that like trash desire just because the jokes are.
Yeah, the jokes are gonna be very dated, and like again,
Jokes
like
are
this,
trashy as shit.
This is peak. Oh my! I've seen peak 2010s. Oh my god! I'm getting old. No, it's getting to me.
If you want to know what it was like back in the good old 2010s.
God.
Uh,
Durarara stands out to me.
Durarara is definitely the most well, the most well known. I was going to say that by far the highest quality show that I looked over and saw Katana Gatari, which probably has something to say about that. But apart from that,
Is Katana Gatari,
Durarara.
are their episodes actually 49 minutes a pop?
yeah,
Oh
They
my
are.
god. So it's really a
Not wrong.
24-episode show.
Yes.
Man.
By Nisio Isin, the Monogatari guy.
The Monogatari guy.
Yeah, those three. I'm looking through the
Before
rest of
Monogatari,
this.
I think, right? Even though
Yeah.
like this adaptation is after Monogatari, but I think the book was it written before Monogatari? Oh, I don't remember.
Do not know.
Think so.
Because that dude is a schizophrenic motherfucker. He just eats, sleeps, and writes.
No,
Ever since like he was like
not
13 years old, I think.
before. It was not before. Monogatari
Okay.
started just before Katanagatari.
Okay. I'll go with Sora no Woto then. It was the first show I watched in 1080p. Man, it was like, holy shit, this thing is, it's a beautiful show. It looks very beautiful. It's
Actually
2010
in
A1
1080p?
pictures. Actually in 1080p.
Damn.
That's a very
Man,
specific
fucking
thing to
YouTube
remember.
video.
This took, well, because this show is really pretty. Like the scenarios and everything.
I guess it is
The
A1
instrument
Pictures,
play
so they would
because
be high up there.
in 2010, yes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, not so much. Before 2010, also not so much.
A1's kind of
But-
putting out the same thing in 2025.
Yeah, but like it's been 15 years, so it should not be the same. Also, the instrument play, everything, the subtle universe that they hint on of the like the huge war that happened to the point where entire garrisons need to be filled with teenager girls because they don't have enough soldiers. Like the lingering destruction of everything that cannot be repaired because you don't have enough manpower and stuff, which they never explain. You know, they never talk about it. They just show to you through scenarios and through the background. It's really good, and also for some reason the Roman Empire is involved. So
You never
So
expect
it's
the Roman Empire.
never expected, and it's really good. I think I will never forget this fact. It's the first animation I watched in 1080p.
I'm trying to think what mine would have been. No, I wouldn't even know where to start.
I was about to say, my problem with that is the fact that I watch so many streams, whether on Crunchyroll or other sites, that are labeled 1080p, but you look at it 1 second and that shit ain't 1080p.
That's 480.
Hell no.
Oh man,
Also,
yeah.
there's Dancing the Vampire in Bud. It's there. Just saying.
Dancing the
No,
Vampire
no,
Just saying,
no,
just saying,
no,
it's there.
no. I've already done a podcast before. I joined the podcast for this. We talked about this because it was the shittiest thing I could find. And I regret ever suggesting it because I knew it wasn't bad, but I wasn't prepared for what the fuck I was about to see. And I wish I never saw that. Holy.
It looks like a lot of the
It's like
Worst
one
season
thing
of
in
is
the
Quasars
just
world, but it contains
hair-matching
some
shows.
fucking themes that are no.
I imagine it's lolly bound kind of shit.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yes. And they love that fact. They like this show has so many fucking scenes. Just the main girl just completely naked with the camera just exploring her body completely.
Mm.
I don't want to see this. Please
see.
move on. Ugh.
It looks like the same girl from Ari Ferretta, lolly blonde vampire
maybe.
chick.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
Probably some
maybe
inspiration.
inspired. Yeah. Wait, that's a vampire. But
Uh-oh. We lose Tori? Or Hickey?
Me? No, man.
no, I'm here.
Okay.
You were lagging
just
out like
roboted
crazy.
a little bit. It's alright. All good. Seikon no Quasar.
So you want to Quasar.
Yeah.
I've heard of the show.
Have you watched that, JD?
I have heard of
Oh,
it.
you haven't said it. Okay.
This is also peak
Good.
2010s.
This is this isn't just peak 2010s. This is like this is anime, right? This is the thing when people go like, "What the fuck is anime?" You show them this, and they look at you weird, and they'll never talk to you ever again. That's Seiko no Quasar.
Yeah, that is a good description of what Seiko no Quasar is.
I love it.
That and freezing.
Freezer. I have not seen Freezer yet.
Freezing and the Seiko no Quasar are essentially the same story. But Seiko no Quasar has a little twist. A lactose twist.
Yeah, lactose. Yeah. I mean, freezing is a lot more like
boobs.
Freezing is a lot more oppressive. I mean, like, you know, Seiko no Quasar is like you know, everybody's favorite like battle shonen, where you power up by drinking titty milk, as one does.
Whoa! Wait, excuse me?
Yeah, that's
kind
of why I said if you show this to people, they'll never talk to you again, because you're going to see a lot of drinking milk from tits. That's kind of the show.
All right, YouTube. Yeah. I got to look up this video preview or video. I got to look this up.
Whilst freezing, on the other end, is a lot more like you are living under an oppressive regime where everyone is treating you like dog shit. And by the way, we beat you every day. Also, there's fan service.
Yes.
Okay, Seiko no Quasar PV.
Hot chicks oppressing you.
Here we go.
Hot chicks oppressing you. There's a fetish for that.
There's multiple fetishes for that. Yeah, no, like it's big tuning. It's like one of the ways that is big tuning. Look at the names of the characters, dude. How bad it is.
Oh right, yeah. Fuck. I also, because I was like, man, what do you mean? Like Sasha's not that, but oh shit, yeah, his name is Alexander Nikolaevich. Hell, never mind.
Yeah, wait, Ekaterina.
Katerina Kurai. Mafuyu Odibe.
I'm watching the PV right now. There's some very 2010s looking chicks.
I don't think they're gonna show the titty milk and the. Do they show?
They're showing them going through some ecstasy with a dude in the chest.
Okay.
There's some battle shonen looking shit.
A lot of battle shonen looking shit in this show.
Yeah, they didn't really outright tell me that there was titty milk for power kind of stuff, but I was looking for it in the PV, and there was a couple scenes of dude in breast and girls going That definitely happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see.
Fate Stay Night TV reproduction.
There's some cowardice happening here. People just cut out all the fucking tit scenes. Come on, man.
You can't cut out the titties. You can't do that.
Yeah, like, to be fair, right? If you are going to put out, like, promotion and, like, clips and whatnot from Seiko no fucking Quasar, and you are cutting out the tits, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's as useless as Japan with their all ages versions of fucking hentai games. What is the point?
I mean, not being banned on Steam.
Yeah, but like, listen, I've seen some dumbass fucking porn games that have absolutely no business ever being anything but a porn game. And then they put out an all ages version of it that just removes all the porn from it. So now you're left with, well, nothing, because there was no story to it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy. Like, what? Why? What for?
Also, Suzumiya Haruhi no Shoishitsu is illegible in Time of Eve.
Time of Eve?
Time of Eve. But the 4-hour-long Suzumiya Haruhi no Shoishitsu, that's a really good movie.
A really good movie. It's one of my 2 favorite anime movies of all time.
All right.
Lupin the Third, The Last Job.
Ooh.
The Last Job.
The Last Job.
Below what?
Well, as you guys are
Oh.
looking through that, Hickey, I gotta say, a lot of the
Yes.
anime that you guys chose for me to watch for the winter season, there's really only two
Was good,
that
right?
are pretty atrocious.
Only two?
There's really only two,
Yeah.
and boy, do they stand out as.
No. Hold on a second. One of them, I know what it is. If you're comparing another show,
No,
to
there's
that
one that's totally
it needs to-
unwatchable.
okay, that's
You're
fair.
welcome.
Like
Yeah.
that one is I have a lot of steps below atrocious.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
you
I don't know
really
what
should
you'd quantify
try.
Momentary Lily in the
Okay.
bad sense, but it's like if there was something you could
It's
rank on
not-
Mount below
it's
zero,
not animation.
you would.
That is not animation. That is not literature. I refuse to believe someone wrote that.
I refuse to believe someone actually went to
I
school
refuse
with
to believe
art
that
of anything.
I refuse to believe that exists. And it's impossible that such a thing exists.
And now think about this. Gohans, although I'm not actually sure right now, but Gohans in the past has employed a lot of actually really talented animators. And that is
Oh,
what they produce. Now please
no.
be angry at Gohans like I've been for the last 10 years.
I'm mad at Gohans.
Good.
They
Fucking deserve it.
I think Gohan's has
Gohan's is
produced
the
some of the
worst.
worst shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. They
I
have.
mean, Handshakers
they're
comes to
dog shit at
mind.
Handshakers
This
is
show,
terrible.
Momentary Lily, is right up there now.
Momentarily.
It-
W's, which is the sequel to Handshakers.
God.
Shut up. Handshakers doesn't have a sequel. Shut the fuck up.
It does.
Shut up.
Handshakers has a sequel.
And like,
It has.
only-
It calls
shut up.
W's.
oh, cough.
Ugh.
The only things that I know that Gohans has produced that people generally like, although people are mixed on the visuals, is Marduk Scramble, which is 3 movies, which I've watched. They're not terrible. They're like the most. They're the most I've been able to stomach anything Gohans has ever produced in terms of both visually and story, and also what K, right? Yeah, K King.
Hey, yeah.
That's
I even
King is
thought
probably
K
their
was
most
really bad
popular
too.
thing.
There's
A lot of people do.
Yaku domo. So
Yeah, Seto Kayaku. I keep forgetting that's them. Which the reason why I keep forgetting that that's them is because
It's
Seto
before-
Kayaku Domo looks absolutely nothing like a Gohan show.
someone looked at Gohan and said, "Okay, we're not gonna do any of that."
Like I'm
Yeah.
watching. I only got halfway through the first episode of Momentary Lily, and I was just completely baffled watching it. I'm like, this stuff is like I don't get
Did you
motion
get to
sick,
the?
but watching just
Oh,
the
I-
hair constantly move like it's a glitch in a video game, I felt motion sick.
The PV gave me motion sickness. The animation itself did not. Did you get to the cooking part?
They started cooking with
And it's
random
just
backpack
a-
chick that shows up.
And it's just like this
I'm like, what the fuck is
really
the show?
bad animation. No, dude, I started watching it. 2 minutes in, I stopped. I said, I watched 2 minutes of the show, and I'm pretty sure there were 20 camera cuts. So
Yeah,
I went
it's
back to
awful.
the beginning, and I start counting the camera cuts. The first episode had 333 camera cuts.
Ugh.
You had a camera cut every 4 seconds. You don't need that. I think a modern anime nowadays probably has between 170 to 200 camera cuts. Like, you don't need 300 camera
There were camera
And
cuts in that
the-
first episode that you would just get a cut. It's at the ground. You see like the top bottom end of of a table, and then you just hear people chattering over nonsense. There's no actual like dialogue in the show. and it just looks terrible on top of everything. The way everything moves is uncomfortable. It's just you feel
The
gross
camera never
watching it.
slides. It doesn't
No,
pan
it
in
just
or
snaps.
pan out. It just snaps. It's
It's
I have a
it's next
question.
level bad.
The story is really bad. The characters are
have a question.
insufferable, and they killed the best character. Like, what's the point of keep watching the show?
I have a question.
Okay.
Yes.
Did they do the Fish Islands shot in episode 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck, of course they did. I hate that shot. They always
No,
do.
it wasn't.
I hate
It
that
wasn't.
shot.
It wasn't as distorted.
I don't care. I just
It
want
was
to know
like
if they did, because they've
pale.
always, every Go-En show I watch from them, that's not Setsuko Konomo, they do this fucking shot, and I hate it so much. It looks so bad every time.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't as distorted, but it was there.
The show currently has a 5.95 on Mal, and hardly anyone's
too
watching
high.
it. It's too high. That's
There's
too
no
high.
way someone wrote that. I still cannot believe that came out of a human being.
All right, let's see if
guarantee
anyone's
it was
reviewed the show
probably-
on Mal yet. Let's
I
see.
guarantee it was
Because,
the fucking
like,
CEO that wrote it.
The dialogue, like the characters, the archetypes.
No,
the
no reviews have
dialogue.
been submitted at this time for Momentary Lily.
People can't be fucking bothered.
God, how sad is
why
that?
would they?
I was so baffled by the offensive nature of the show. I thought about watching everything. You see how bad it becomes. But they killed the only character that made the show bearable. I am not going to sit here and watch fucking emo girl whose catchphrase is just calling people guilty in English. Be edgy with my friends. I'm not doing that.
I mean, an
I don't know, just
edgy
watch
show that
this.
has a edgy beginning is the what's the English version? It is called Even Given the Worthless Appraiser Class, I'm Actually the Strongest. The show starts with this guy over like a cliff, and he's just like, I deserve to be dead. I'm worthless. I'm a piece of shit. I'm gonna live and die. I'm gonna die like I lived, as garbage. Very edgy. Then it goes through the whole thing where, yep, he thinks he's garbage. People treat him like garbage. That's the whole first episode. It's pretty edgy. Is bad.
Oh my. I'm just looking at some stuff here.
From more Momentary Lily.
Yeah, because I want to see if there was something for it, and there's a lot there's a bit of discussion about it, and somebody posted a GIF from the show with it was like I don't even know what was going on, but they're holding a coffee cup anyways,
Mm-hmm.
and there's steam from it, and I just noticed, as I pointed out there, even something as stupidly simple as doing the steam effect overlay over the fucking cup, they can't do. So it's too far down. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, why? How?
No.
How do you
Dude,
fuck that up? Oh my!
I wish you could just boot in the first episode. Just watch it on mute. You don't need the sound. You don't need no subtitles. You also don't need the subtitles. I don't want you to suffer through the dialogue of this show.
Do I need to have the screen on? Can I turn that off too?
No, just so you see the camera cuts. Like the camera cuts are at some point it becomes hilarious because there is only so many angles you can do. Even though it's a 360 environment, they keep bending the camera. So the character is always in like this weird angle, or the camera is like in diagonal, but tilted 20 degrees, or or diagonal to the other side, but tilted 5 degrees, and it's always like enough to make you angry about the camera tilted. It's like, and then it just cuts to a park, and then it just cuts to a road, just cuts to it's not like when you have like those different cuts, usually you get traffic lights or traffic signs, cars and whatnot. No, it's just a wall, a conceptual wall in a park with no graffiti, no nothing. It's like, why are you showing me this? What's the point? Showing that there's no one in this world? Yes, that was established already. Like the first, and the synopsis of the show is not even the first 2 minutes. Oh my god, the show is offensive. It's offensive to what anyone who likes literature should strive to seek.
Okay, with that,
How dare you guys enjoy it?
I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm not
What is
watching
the
it.
other one? What is the?
Oh, the other one.
What is the actual
The other
bad
one that's
show?
on my list was S Rank Monster Behemoth with the elf. It's just a like bad
I
etchy
didn't say
show.
no one said you should watch that.
No, it's on the list. It was on the list. We
You
came up with the
picked
list, and it's
yourself.
on there.
I said for you to watch Reincarnated Oji-san because that show is good.
A lot of
You're like, oh,
lot
man,
of
I
old
don't know.
references as you were posting.
Yeah,
Aim for the ace.
ringlets are the absolute need for villainous Ojo-samas.
Yeah. A lot of shows about old men being like reincarnated or isekai'd lately.
There's 3 this season. There's
Japan really is getting
Salaryman.
old, huh?
Yeah. There's Salaryman who gets reincarnated as a demon lord executive. There's like the 40
That one's
40 years
amusing.
old guy.
I'm watching that one.
There's the
The
40
Japanese population has
40-year-old.
been. The Japanese population has become so old now that they've accepted that they're not in high school anymore. That's where we're. That's where we are.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tori. There's not enough kids to get these television ratings up. We gotta come up with shows about 30 and 40-year-olds.
The 40-year-old synopsis, it's like just instead of growing his business even more, he decided to settle down and leave off the power of Jeff Bezos. It's like what?
Oh yeah,
is-
that Amazon
Yeah,
shopping
that's funny.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
It's like just randomly there with no context at all.
Fuck me. All right.
The mail order life of a middle-aged man in another world. Oh my god, it's so sad. It's just sad. And it is less offensive than Momentary Lily, which is super unfortunate.
Well, there's the like neat Kanochi anime where she lives with this like 30-year-old salary dude. And the whole joke is he's a responsible adult. Like that's it.
Is that a full 24-minute show?
Yeah. I think it's going to have 24 episodes too.
The manga, I think each chapter of the manga is 10 pages max. So it's 12 minutes.
Oh, it
per
is?
episode.
Okay. Shows how much I was paying attention to runtime.
I mean, I guess you're having a lot of fun.
I guess.
Did you watch the Okinawa one? Who watched the Okinawa?
I did watch the Okinawa one.
show.
I
like Love Triangle, so
yeah, it's a little love triangle. I like the dialect lost in translation premise.
Sure. It's hard to see Okinawa dialect being spoken, especially because I think people think it's kind of ugly. So it's nice to see it's nice to see other dialects other than Tokyo dialect on screen.
Well, I remember when I was learning German in high school, I was over there, and when I went to Bavaria, I was like, oh my god, I understand like half of what's going on. The same thing when I went to Switzerland. It was a lot of like French and shit inside the German sometimes. I'm like, man, this sucks. I thought it was getting better. Obviously not the same as Okinawa and how the Japanese language functions. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of right up my alley with languages and translations and whatnot.
Mm. And you like the guild one?
The guild
Guild
one
Receptionist.
is the first episode came out yesterday, and the S rank boss, solo boss chick who works as a receptionist, it's like, man, relatable. Just wants an easy job to clock out on time and go have a relaxing life. And then she's got this very gun-ho attitude about it all. I like it. I like the way it started.
You should watch Sakamoto Days. You
That came out yesterday. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yesterday, yeah. Because before even the first episode airing, the fans were trying to kill the director. Directors going off on Twitter. No, this one is gonna be fun.
Is that because they had a WWE wrestler voice acting one of the chicks?
No, it's because like people literally Sakamoto Days has been going for years on Shonen Jump,
Yeah.
but never got an animation. And now we got an animation. So the fans was like, oh, finally, it's been like 7 years of running Prime Shonen Jump. Finally, it's time for our little baby shine. And then they get a 11 episode show. So they were very happy about it. Then I kid you not, they watched the PV, said the PV looks like trash, thus the whole animation is probably trash. We're gonna persecute the director now.
Oh my god. People are crazy.
And so the director is just going off, saying people haven't watched the show, why not? And then they like put in the excuses like, oh, even if it's trash, I try my best. I didn't have time. And I talked to my friends like, oh, the only thing we need now is the animators suicide baiting on Twitter, and then we complete the trinity of super hyped shows.
Can't we just write mean letters to Gohans instead?
Yes.
People should just do that.
They should. I mean, that's even sadder. It's just that no one cares enough to do that.
All right, let's we're 37 minutes into this thing. Let's review some Summer Wars here so we can get to our break. All right.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, midnight submarine.
Okay. Summer Wars. When did I last watch this show? Let's see. Do I even have it listed? 2016 is when I saw it. So it's been almost 10 years. It's getting there. Okay. So Summer Wars was made by Studio Madhouse. It's an original work. Came out in August 2009. Runs about 2 hours. And the synopsis, I'm just going to read from Mal, which is very unlike me, but here we go. Oz, a virtual world connected to the internet, has become extremely popular worldwide as a spot for people to engage in a large variety of activities, such as playing sports or shopping, through avatars created and customized by the user. So it's like Digimon, but on Amazon. Oz also possesses a near impenetrable security due to its strong encryption, so a firewall, ensuring that any personal data transmitted through the networks will be kept safe in order to protect those who use it. Because of its convenient applications, the majority of society has become highly dependent on the simulated reality that isn't Amazon, we swear. Even going as far as entrusting the system with bringing back the unmanned asteroid explorer Arawashi. Okay, got all that? There's more.
Mm-hmm.
Kenji is a 17-year-old math genius and part-time Oz moderator, so an Amazon message board, I suppose, who is invited by his crush Natsuki on a summer trip. But unbeknownst to him, this adventure requires him to act as her fiancé, because, a single girl can't possibly not have a boyfriend. Shortly after arriving at
Natsuki.
Yeah. Shortly after arriving at Natsuki's family estate, which is preparing for her great-grandmother's 90th birthday, he receives a strange coded message on his cell phone from an unknown sender who challenges him to solve it. Kenji is able to crack the code, but little does he know that his math expertise has just put Earth in great danger. So yes, basically they threw out Amazon and the government threw out a big math equation to solve how to get this asteroid not crashing into Earth and destroying society. Got all that?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure did. You know what I think is funny?
What's so funny?
One thing that was established really, really early on was the impenetrable security of this thing.
That's
I fucking love that they kept that going through the entire thing. Because the problem was that once this shit is sold and the thing gets put into us and it starts fucking taking accounts, the problem and the reason why they can't stop him is because of this fucking impenetrable security that no one can get through. I was just like, man, what the fuck kind of security did they have?
And yet, when it leaks out that he's probably the culprit, his friends are like, "No, it's okay. It's not your fault. You got the last letter wrong." And another 37 people solved the problem. It was probably not you. It's like, oh, okay, that's not that impenetrable then.
It's a very strange
Man.
show or movie. It's a strange movie. It's good.
It is.
I hardly remember any of it from
Yeah.
9 years ago.
For me, the funny thing is that, like, Summer Wars is just, like... I mean, Summer Wars is a movie by Mamoru Hosoda, which is sort of the full realization of a plot that he came up with when working on the Digimon movie, Our
Yeah.
War Game, which is the exact same plot, except instead of a satellite, the thing is launching nukes.
Yep.
You know, because, and obviously being Digimon, they fight him with digital monsters. But it's basically based on the exact same thing, while also incorporating his fascination for like online, like social games such as like Second Life and the Japanese site Mixi, which I think is kind of funny.
For those wondering, we did
Uh.
Digimon War Games on episode 25.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very interesting. There's a lot of themes going on at the same time.
Mm-mm.
Of like, since it's during like this family reunion
Yeah.
of the Ueda clan, a very important Japanese clan from the Sengoku Jidai,
Mm.
the warrior periods.
I did not know that.
Uh, the grandma has so many contacts.
Yeah.
Because like everyone is basically what they're alluring to is that every single one of the main Japanese houses are still super important. So like they are part of the defense ministry, and that is actually true. They're part of like the defense ministry or they're congressman and why not. So that's why like when she gets the little phone book, she goes around and asking for the Ministry of Health to help or the Ministry of Defense and why not. And why everyone in the family is kind of super awesome. Like the Japanese self-defense force uncle is like, man, which unit are you from? It's like, I'm from that unit I cannot tell you about.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah.
And
no,
the
there's,
guy who sells computers just sells supercomputers as well, because you know you have those laying around in the Japanese countryside.
Hmm. Yeah, no, there's a lot of that. There's that. There's obviously the whole like family relationship thing, family relations stuff going on. There's so many like intertwining.
Exactly. Some people, and
pieces.
I guess like also as it is due to the fascination of Mamoru Hosoda with alternative media. A lot of the family don't understand the gravity of the situation when they are fighting. They're like just playing the game. You know, that's not important. The world's going to shit. But whatever the fuck you guys are saying, you know, grandma died. We got more important shit to do.
I have all the respect in the world for that. What the fuck's her name? The one woman who was just fuck everything baseball.
My son is
Yeah, it
going.
did
My
happen.
son, yeah, dude, her son is going to the what's the name? Koshien.
Goshen, yeah.
That's important. That's
I know.
more important than Japan itself.
I love how they finally bring her on board when they're all sitting down for lunch as the fucking satellite is crashing on them, and then she's like, "Wait, isn't that serious? Wait, can we just sit there and eat?" And it's like, relax. Like, okay, sure.
This was right in the middle of Mamoru Hosoda, like, just about to start his own studio, right? It was around this time?
Did he start his own studio?
Because he did... I think he did... Well, he definitely did Girl Left Through Time. We just did that, like, a year ago. And that was Madhouse. And then I think Wolf Children was right after this, wasn't it?
Wolf Children is 2009. No,
because this is 09.
no, 2012.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah, kind
he
of.
founded his own. He founded his own studio in 2011.
Okay, yeah, so it was shortly after this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these movies, I mean, a lot of the movies are really good by Hosoda and what he was doing at the time. God, even the movies after this all look like it's upper end Madhouse type productions.
Oh yeah, the newest one is a step above Madhouse, I believe.
Yeah. He's got a new movie coming out, I think, this year too. It's like Scarlet something. I don't remember the title.
Scarlett Johansson got it.
Scarlett Johansson, the anime.
Belle was definitely. It's not high rated, but it's definitely a step above what he usually do. Not visually because it's the same character designer, but there's definitely also an evolution in character detail and coloring and everything.
Yeah, the technology advancements help. Certainly.
Nah.
It's still very Mamoru Hosoda.
Yeah.
My man cannot, escape his shadow. I don't think he wants to, so that's fine.
No. But he's good. I like a lot of his works, and Summer Wars is no different than the others. I was trying to decide if Girl Left Through Time is something I enjoyed more than this one, and I think just from an entertainment perspective, I liked The Girl Left Through Time a little more than Summer Wars. But Summer Wars, I think, is just like a better story with how it was conveyed through the family connections and the constant... It felt like there was a lot of chaos trying to be fought through the entire story, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's very realistic as well. So
Yeah.
like maybe you're enjoying more of the realistic sense of stories. It's something that could happen today. Not a 17-year-old making math calculations with his mind, like without paper, just going absolutely ham. Or like, I was about to say multi-million-dollar companies hiring teenagers to be moderators in the internet. But you know what? As things are going, that will probably happen at some point. So
What do you mean happen? At some point, that has happened. That was a common thing.
it's gonna happen
Like,
again.
back in the day, it's not really happening that much more now, because now a lot of these people that grew up with the internet and whatnot are older, so we can actually get proper adults. But back in the day, like, the internet was still relatively new and people were still figuring shit out. The only people you could turn to were teenagers.
True. And like, I created an AI that the goddamn USA let it loose in the fucking Oz as an
You gotta do what you
experiment.
gotta do.
The uncle, the shitty uncle. The shitty characters, they're not that shitty. They're just human beings. Like the police officer, Wabisuke, which is the guy who created the AI. Main character is a little bit of a weak man, but he comes through at the end.
He doesn't really do anything until he finally decides to sit down and go like, you know what? Everything
wait,
is my math calculation.
Actually a math genius, and I was the moderator of this. I can actually do it or something. You have multiple characters shining as well. It's not You have a gigantic cast, and everyone has a little time to shine. Even the the guy with the boat, which is a great character, Mansky.
Yeah. Shisho.
The second child. The second child is no good. Like damn.
It's hard. It was kind of difficult to follow the family tree. I had to like look up a Wikipedia. It's like, okay, this person's related to this one. I should care because of this. Why does the chick like her uncle? Question mark. That's kind of weird. That kind of stuff.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Japan, you know.
Japan, yeah, if you're
Well,
half
I mean,
related,
yeah,
it's
I
okay.
guess it's kind of like her ideal person. If you remember what she says about like the fiance, the fake fiance, like it's older than her. He went to a university abroad, those kind of things. And Wabisuke is basically that.
He literally is. That's why they tease her about it. Wait a minute. Your ideal man is literally just everything that he did.
The dude who sold our mountain. Like we love the mountain. The man sold the mountain.
Yeah.
And the Obasan as well.
The old people really shined. The old people in this anime really shined. Like they had constant one-liners and kind of making fun of the youth. I got a kick out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like the characters in general are pretty strong. I particularly get a kick where fucking the grandmother has a fight with Wabisuke and she just gets pissed off and goes and grabs the blade off the wall. I was just like, God damn. Shit.
Yeah, she's gonna cut a hoe.
Shit's about to get fucking real. And that could have been dangerous if she wasn't 90.
She just got to plan things better. Be like, oh, I'm gonna fall. Someone catch me, and then bam, stab him.
The family conflicts, or you cannot be angry with anyone. Wabsuke is just doing his job. It's not his fault that the USA is an evil empire. He just created the AI. Like he's trying to prove himself to his family. Just to make them proud. But
he is a little bit of a prick. So
he is
understandable
he's
why people aren't super fond of him. It's like, I don't know.
He stole the Mazda RX-7
like,
and destroyed it. So like, it's just not it.
He always comes across to me as someone who's like, he's not just simply trying to prove himself. He kind of wants to prove that he is better than everybody else around him as well. It's like,
it's more than just rejection and being estranged by the family. He's this stubborn kind of asshole type guy at the same time.
Yeah, but after he get expelled and go to America, I think it's more like him trying to prove himself. That's why like he comes back and is like, I'm just trying to show you like that I can.
That's not what the family cared about, though.
Not the family, but he thinks it's what the grandma wanted, because the family think he stole the mountain and sold it off, and then like he clears that a misunderstanding of like, I used the money you gave me. He says that to her, like the help. You helped me. I used the money to prove that I what I could do.
Yeah.
So it's something that he thought it was what it was supposed to do, because he had sanction due to his foster mother, right? The grandma. So it's kind of like, he's kind of a piece of shit, but the family didn't help as well. And the second family conflict is Shota, when they are fighting the police officer, like they're fighting the virus love machine. Great name, by the way. And then he takes the ice from the supercomputer. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like that. It's hard. Grandma's dead. Shit's going bad. Like, I don't care. I just want grandma to not putrefy in the fucking living room.
Would you say this is the movie that kind of put Hosoda officially on the map? as a top tier director?
Mm,
Not for me, anyways.
No.
no. I think it was.
Think it was Wolf Children.
I
It was the
don't-
one after this.
I think.
Yeah.
You think so? I think it was Girl Who Left Her Through Time, actually.
You think it was even before this one? Okay.
Yeah, because
I don't-
it doesn't. It's not like he just came out of nowhere.
No, I know that.
And
but
it's like 2006, 2007, and 2012 in rapid succession. So it's kind of the same thing as you do with the guy who always do the same story over and over again. What is his name?
What, Miyazaki?
no.
No, Miyazaki does.
It's the Your Name guy. What the fuck
Yeah,
is his name?
Your
Oh,
Name
that guy.
Yeah, it's not saying like, oh, your
No.
name. No,
Certainly not
it
that.
wasn't your name. It was. But it's easy because he always do the same story over and over and over again. So it's easy to remember. him.
Makoto Shinkai. That's the guy.
Makoto Shinkai.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Shinkai. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
like
but,
when
like-
we go to Makoto Shinkai, it's not like, oh, there's he has
Yeah.
like this spur of rapid succession of movies, and then it's like, okay, with the same character designer as well.
Yeah,
Same-
Shinkai is very repetitive, while Hosoda certainly I don't get that same, because Shinkai is like, oh, we have a long distance relationship with Lens Flare the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you go like you have, he was Shinkai as director. 2004, 2007, then it skips a while, like 2013, 2016, 2011. So it's like he's always there, and so I think it's Mamoru Hosoda, in my opinion, at least it's better to count as Summer Wars, Girl Who Left the Time, Summer Wars, Children of the Wolf, and then Bakemono no Ko, as like this rapid succession of movies that sedimented a style and his name as a good director. It's not so much one. If it's one, then it's the last one. It will be Bakemono no Ko.
Sure, but at the same time, I don't necessarily agree with that, because I feel like the thing with Girl Who Left Through Time is that I remember people talking about that movie way more like later on. Wolf Children for me is always going to be that movie that, like, when you talk Hosoda, you're talking Wolf Children, then you bring on the other ones. Summer Wars is that weird movie for a lot of people that they didn't actually even know he made for a long time, and then watched
I
it
agree with
later.
Tori on this one.
So it's like, and I mean,
Mhm.
probably a hot take, but I feel like a lot of Hosoda's later movies as well. It's just I don't really feel like they're that good.
Ooh.
So
Okay, let's take a quick look.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
I mean, there's only two, right?
there's not a lot of them, but it's like,
Three. Bakemono no
Right.
Ko, Mirai, and Mirai to Mirai, and
Yeah, Mirai of the
Bell.
Future, nobody talks about.
exactly.
I haven't even seen
Bell.
Bakemono no Ko.
I watched Bakemono no Ko. Like
watched Bakemono.
I give it
I
a
haven't
7.
even- yeah, I haven't even
it's
seen
a
it.
fine movie. It's a fine movie, but it's also one of those movies where I feel like if it wasn't by Mamoru Hosoda, I don't think I would like this very much.
Let's see, what was the
It's
reception
like-
with this?
It's a pretty good reception.
Yeah,
I
because
think
I
all
remember
of
when
his
it came
movies have a
out,
pretty
like
good
a lot of
reception.
people heavily praised it,
Yeah,
but it's
I
not.
think
It doesn't have the staying power Wolf Children did. It doesn't have the staying power Summer Wars did.
no, it does not. And it's like, because I remember, yeah,
Let's see what else.
right.
we
I
got
remember
here.
when Bell came out, because Bell was one of those movies that I heard a lot of people were like interested in. It seemed like an interesting take, and then I wasn't super into the idea, so I kind of kept it in the back burner. I said I waited to see what people say about it, and then when people came back after having watched it in theaters and shit like that, it was like the reaction was generally pretty like, I don't know.
I mean, we've all
not-
seen Beauty and the Beast. Do we really need it again?
Yeah, it's just like, it's just like, it's, I don't know. It wasn't the Mamoru Hosoda movie that people were hoping for, I guess. It also seems to have the lowest score out of all of his movies, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's kind of the lowest. What else? do we
Yeah,
got
it's just
here?
like, that's,
I think
it
that's
kind
it.
of feels
right?
like that's just where he is right now. Is like, he's had some good movies. Wolf Children for me is like the big standout. And the one that like really cemented, I was like, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And then, we accepted then that like Summer Wars is a good movie. Girl Who Left Through Time is a very good movie. And then we kind of wanted to see more from him, and it's like, okay, Bakemono no Ko, it's good, it's enjoyable, and that's like kind of been a little bit like little downhill for him at least. It's not terrible or anything, but man,
I'd say he's never made a bad movie for sure.
Yeah, probably. I mean, same thing with Makoto Shinkai, right? Like Makoto Shinkai doesn't really make bad movies. It's just you kind of get tired of them.
Just that they are the same thing.
Need a break. Yeah, need a break.
It's like, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Because that is something that I know that Shinkai himself has had to like talk about, and his entire thing with that is like, yes, he is writing the same movie over and over again because that is the story that he wants to tell, but he wants to perfect it, which is why he keeps doing it over and over again, trying to improve it every single time. Which, fair. Man, it's a little boring.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm ready to score Summer Wars.
Same.
Yes.
Very much enjoyed it. Very much rooted more in reality. I think a lot of the characters shine. Just about everything. I do like it a little more than Girl Who Left Through Time, even though there's some aspects of Girl Who Left Through Time I like more than Summer Wars. I think Summer Wars is a slightly more superior movie. 8 out of 10. Pretty high on it.
Yeah. For me, out of like the main three that we talked about, I'd say this probably falls at the lowest. So I enjoy Girl Who Left Through Time more than Summer Wars.
Okay.
And obviously Wolf Children is really good. So for me, I'm going to give this movie a 7. It's a fun movie. It's an enjoyable movie. I enjoy watching it, but I've watched it now twice. And like I said, told you guys, every single time I watch it, both times, I come out of this thinking to myself, man, I'll never watch that movie again.
See you in 10 years.
See you in 10 years when you rewatch it.
And I'll see if it still holds true. Like, man. But that is, like, it's a good movie, but I don't really ever feel any desire to, like, go back and watch it again. I feel like I got everything I needed out of that just watching it once.
And Hickey?
And the score is?
Oh, he gave it a 7.
Okay. Yeah. I'll stick with the 8 I gave it 10 years ago. I think for the same kind of motives. It's a good show. Out of the 3, I think I like this one better than Girl Who Left Through Time. But Wolf Children is just another level of literature and animation, for sure.
Seems we're all kind of in that same spot.
Yeah. It's a very balanced movie. That's why you don't really need to watch again. You're going to remember the details when you rewatch, but it's stuff that you're going to... It didn't stick with you the first time. It will not stick the second time. So yeah, it's very balanced. If someone asks me what anime is, I'm going to show this instead of Sequel Equation. Try to get a better reaction.
Actually, you know what? I'm changing my score. I'm downgrading it to a 6. I just realized because I had to look because I was like, man, I'm sitting here saying I like Girl Who Left Through Time more, and I was like, what did I score Girl Who Left Through Time? And I realized I scored it a 6.
6.
And I was like, yeah, I need to downgrade Summer Wars then because like when I was picking a score, I was sitting there thinking, do I give it a 6 or do I give it a 7? I was really torn on it, and so I decided to go with my always trusted. Well, if it's like a 6.5, it's a 7. And I was like, wait, but I can't give it a 7 if I gave a show I think is better than it, or a movie that I think is slightly better and gave it a lower score. That doesn't make any sense. So 6 it is.
6 it is. All right.
6 it is.
So not sure when this is going to happen, but I'm pretty sure at least I will do a solo episode at the very least of the next one. So at the earliest, I think we'll reconvene is my birthday, and the anime is going to be A Kite and perhaps the sequel.
Cool.
So Hickey, at the very least, you in?
Sure.
Okay. Tori, you going to come back for one episode in a month?
It's a
2-episode OVA.
I have to think about it. I
You were-
need a break.
Dying to watch that one. I know that.
Thankfully, I've already seen it. So.
Yeah. I've never seen it, so I don't know what I'm getting into, but it looks ridiculous.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know.
Tentatively, it's at least me and Hickey. We'll see if Tori joins for the festivity.
For the festivities of Kite. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. So that's where we'll leave off. That's the tentative next episode is a month from now. Guys, see you next time.
Peace.
Goodbye.